What if the best way to learn English is to live the moment with no camera? This story takes you right into Times Square with simple emotional English that sticks naturally. Subscribe, like, and turn on notifications if you're ready to learn with stories that feel real. Anna had always imagined Times Square with flashes, bright lights, selfies, big screens showing everything and nothing at the same time. She had imagined her first time standing there, phone in hand, recording every second. But that morning, in her small hotel room, something felt different. She looked at her phone, fully charged, a perfect camera. But instead of putting it in her pocket, she left it in her backpack and zipped it shut. No pictures today, she said to herself. Just eyes, just heart. Outside, the city already roared. It was around 10 in the morning when she stepped onto the streets of Manhattan. The sky above the buildings was pale blue, the air heavy with taxi horns, shouting, and the endless rhythm of shoes on pavement. By the time she reached Times Square, it was already alive. Crowds stood in circles around street performers. Tourists from every corner of the world took turns in front of the same signs, holding their phones high, trying to capture something they couldn't really take home. Flash, smile, swipe, post. Over and over. Anna stood quietly near a pretzel cart and just looked. The billboards blinked above her in red, white, purple. Advertisements changed every few seconds. Movies, makeup, drinks, dreams. But none of them stayed long enough to mean anything. She watched people turn to follow the light, not even sure what they were chasing. Without her phone, everything felt louder, more real. She walked slowly toward the red stairs in the center of the square. Normally, she would have taken a photo from every angle. Her feet, the buildings behind her, the crowd below. Instead, she climbed up and sat still, right in the middle of everything. Next to her, a couple laughed while filming a slow-motion kiss. Behind her, a teenager shouted into a live stream in a language she didn't understand. But inside her own head, Anna felt calm. She watched a little boy chase a pigeon across the concrete. A woman dropped her soda. Then a stranger helped her pick it up. A group of dancers spun through a routine, not missing a beat when someone cut across the scene. She wasn't collecting memories. She was inside one. A man in a Spider-Man costume offered her a photo. She smiled and shook her head. He looked surprised. But then he nodded and moved on. By noon, Anna had walked past Times Square 3 times. Each time, it looked different. The shadows shifted, the crowd changed, the energy pulsed in new ways. Still no photos. Still just watching. She bought a pretzel and sat again, this time near a street painter. He was drawing the lights with pastels on black paper, his hands stained with color. Anna stayed there for half an hour, just watching him bring the chaos to life in silence. Eventually, he looked up. "Want one?" She smiled. "Only if you choose the moment." He nodded and began sketching. 15 minutes later, he handed her a small portrait, not of her face, but of her shape sitting in the crowd, surrounded by color, staring at nothing and everything. She paid in cash. No receipt, no tag. As the sun began to fall, the sky behind Times Square turned orange. The lights didn't get brighter. They just stood out more. People were still recording, still live streaming, still racing to grab the best angle. But Anna was walking now, no rush, one step at a time. She walked without music in her ears, without a screen in front of her. She felt the street through the soles of her shoes, heard the rhythm of each taxi brake, and smelled the pizza from a window 2 blocks away. She passed a mirror store and saw her own reflection, smiling, relaxed, more alive than she had felt in weeks. No proof. No likes. Just her. That night, back in her room, she opened her backpack. Her phone had 15 notifications. People had sent messages like, "Did you see the screen with the dragon?" or "Post a pic." But she didn't answer right away. She looked out the window instead. The city didn't ask to be saved or shared. It just was. And for the first time in a long time, Anna felt like she had really seen it. You just followed Anna through the wildest part of New York without needing photos, filters, or hashtags, and without even noticing how much English you were learning. That's the power of stories. You picked up advanced past tense, real-life vocabulary, and emotional rhythm, all while being part of something real. No memorizing. No grammar drills. Just experience. If this helped you feel the language, do something different. Hit subscribe, tap like, and comment below. Could you survive a day in a famous place without taking a single photo? New stories drop every single day. Come back tomorrow. One of them might be your story.